Now we are moving forward to the loan approval. So, knocking out the appraisal is a huge part of getting the loan approval. It's a condition in order to get the loan approval. So now we move forward towards getting the official loan approval. So hopefully you have submitted your paperwork as the lender has asked for it. Sooner the better. Now, what can be frustrating for buyers is that it can be a lot of hurry up and wait. So the lender needs this paperwork right away, right away, right away. You run, you get it to them, and then you don't hear anything. And that's just how it is. They ask you what they need at that time, and then they submit it all to underwriting. Underwriting will look over everything, and then it's very, very normal that they'll then send it back and they'll have to fulfill what they call conditions. Conditions a lot of times can be just small clerical paperwork or updates to your bank statement, or they might ask for something else that's not expected. You never really know what they're going to ask, but a lot of times it's just small things. Now, after you go and you fulfill all those conditions, they send it back to underwriting, and what you're really hoping for is what they call clear to close. What is it? It's exactly what it sounds like. You are clear to send the paperwork over to title. That is called docs. They are sending docs to the title company. When the title company receives the docs, now they can call the buyer to schedule a signing to sign their paperwork to close. It's getting exciting, guys. Getting close to the end, right? Buyers, bring your workout. Get your hand ready because you're going to sign a lot of paperwork, especially if you have a loan. Those lender docs are stacked this thick. You'll be there for about an hour just signing all the paperwork. So once that's done, unfortunately, you don't own the house yet. So they still have to send that paperwork in to fund. The lender has to fund, and then it has to go back to the title company, who's going to then send it on to record with the county recorder's office. I'm going to specify that a little bit more in detail on the next video, but guys, that's the key word. You want to hear record. When the transaction has been recorded with the county, now the realtor can legally give you the keys, and you can go right to the house, open up the door, and move on in. So that is the exciting part, right? But let's rewind really quick. Let's go back to when the lender is sending docs over to the title company. I want to give you a really quick tip to save you a few $100. The title company will call you when they receive the docs to schedule a signing, and they're going to send you what's called the settlement statement. Now, what the settlement statement is a detailed, itemized list of all the charges. It's going to be hard to understand a lot of these charges. Your realtor can help you. The title agent can help you understand what they all are. But let me point one out that's important. The mobile notary fee. Guys, this is a fee that they charge you. It can be $150, it could be $250 to send a notary to your place of work or anywhere. They'll send a notary to get the paperwork signed, but they charge you. They charge you. Also, if you sign after hours, between their normal operating hours of typically 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., might get a mobile notary charge. That's expensive for going into an office an hour later than maybe you would have normally. So try to get in there during their operating hours, and you gotta request that they remove the charge. Many times you'll go in during the hours, they won't send a mobile notary, and they'll still charge you for it. So that's one thing I want to point out to look for in the settlement statement. And if you don't utilize that service, ask them to remove it. So I wanted this one to be a short one, so I'm going to wrap it up with one last thing, guys. According to the contract, you're technically supposed to sign your docs 3 days prior to closing. So just know that that is the typical time frame. It's really hard for all the stars to align and make that happen exactly on that day with all the moving parts, but technically that's what we're trying to accomplish. And that also aligns with when you should be doing your final walkthrough of the house, which we'll get to on the very next video.